our guest of today's event, His Excellency Ganesh Prasad Dhakal, scholars of La Lon Gron University, the University of Bangkok and other parts of Thailand. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning from Thailand. Welcome to a special lecture on Nepal-Thailand relations, which is being organized by South Asian Studies Center, Institute of Asian Studies of La Lon Gron University. We all know that South Asian Studies is the research unit of La Lon Gron University, founded in 1970 under the Institute of Asian Studies that conducts research on South Asian Studies countries related to social, economic, cultural and political aspects. We all are aware that Nepal and the Kingdom of Thailand enjoys traditional relations that is marked by friendship, understanding and cooperation since the establishment of diplomatic ties in 1959. Both the countries are members of BIMSTEC and have an important role to play for regional cooperation. In this context, we have invited His Excellency Ganesh Prasad Dhakal, Nepali Ambassador to Thailand, to speak on Nepal-Thailand relations. Excellency, we are very privileged to have you with us today. We could not think of someone better than you to speak on this important topic which we have been dealing since years. Thank you for your time, and I, on behalf of Center and my own, would like to welcome you to our center at La Lon Gron University. Before I start, let me briefly introduce His Excellency Ganesh Prasad Dhakal. His Excellency Ganesh Prasad Dhakal is Ambassador of Nepal to Kingdom of Thailand and is also serving as a non-resident Ambassador of Nepal to Laos, India. He had a distinguished career as a diplomat. Ambassador Dhakal was the permanent representative to the United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific. He also served as the Director General of the Department of Consular Services, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Nepal. He was the Joint Secretary and Head of Northeast Asia Division of Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Nepal and served as Joint Secretary and Head of Central Asia, West Asia and Africa Division. Ambassador Dhakal joined the Ministry of as a section officer in 1996. Excellency, you have around 20 to 35 minutes to dwell on Nepal-Thailand relations, where you may highlight how the relations between the two countries have evolved, how are the economic and political aspects, what are the prospects in promoting tourism between the two countries, and what role can BIMSTEC play and both the countries have to get on with. I once again welcome you at today's event, and over to you, Excellency. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Namaste, Savadika. Thank you very much for this opportunity to deliver and share my views on Nepal-Thailand relations. First of all, I would like to recognize the Director of South Asian Studies Center, Institute of Asian Studies of La Lon Gron University, Dr. Zirayut, and the distinguished scholars and our colleague from Nepal, Dr. Prabhu Deshwal. It was actually distinct honor and pleasure to have this opportunity to share my views on our bilateral relationship in front of such a distinguished luminary in your field. So this is a very distinct experience that I am having. With these words, since this is an academic forum, academic ground, so please consider this as personal views, not it doesn't reflect the official. But anyway, since I am I'm official representative of Nepal. So of course you expect some in-depth ideas or views on our bilateral relationship. With these remarks in the outset, I would like to share my views to my presentation, the PowerPoint presentation. And this presentation has a little bit So my presentation outline So outline of my presentation is starting from the status of bilateral relations, diplomatic and political relations, historical and cultural linkages, bilateral mechanism, bilateral agreements, major agreements, areas of bilateral cooperation, Nepal and BIMSTEC, and in a nutshell, and question and answer session. So this is the outline of my presentation. So let's begin with the status of current bilateral relations. Our bilateral relation between two countries. So Nepal always it has great importance to its relation with Thailand. Our bilateral relations are always friendly, traditional and historic, marked by friendship, cordiality and cooperation. Exchange of high-level visits on various occasions have further strengthened these ties. Two countries have growing people-to-people contacts, and both countries have been cooperating to each other in many regional and international forums on matters of common concerns. So this is the just synopsis and summary of our bilateral relations. So with these words, I would like to move to another area, that is diplomatic and political relations. So bilateral relations were formalized by the establishment of diplomatic ties in 1959, and government has appointed honorary consul general in Phuket. So we have two diplomatic representation in Thailand, that is Embassy of Nepal in Bangkok and honorary consulate general in Phuket. Both the countries, our two countries, are member of BIMSTEC and NAM, and also supporter of multilateralism. The two countries have exchanged high-level visits at different times, which is in our history, and it is noted that all visits, exchange of high levels have their own significance at that time and still now. The visits of royal family members to Nepal on various occasions have remained significant in our bilateral ties. There are so many high royal family members have visited Nepal on different occasions and different times. So in recently, the Right Honorable President Vidyadevi Bhandari visited Thailand in May 2017 and paid tribute to His Majesty late King Bhumibol Adulyadej. And most recently, Prime Minister His Excellency General Rocha visited Nepal to attend the 4th BIMSTEC Summit held in Kathmandu in August 2018. So these are the major exchange of high-level visits as well as our formal relationship from 1959 up to now. So let's go back to our historic and cultural linkages. Our relations actually formalized in 1959, but we have the history of people-to-people contacts for more than 2,000 years. So there is another interesting book you might have known, that His Majesty late King Rama IX has written one book that is titled The Story of Mahajanapada. It is a cartoon edition which reflects ancient linkages between the two countries. This book, Mahajanak, you might have known. That time, in ancient time, he ruled from Vidya, and that area, that region falls in Nepal. That is called Janakpur and Mithila region right now. And we both of us represent from that region. So this is very important ancient linkages that we have between our two countries. So another interesting and important factor is teaching of Gautam Buddha and philosophy of Buddhism are strong binding threads between the peoples of our two countries. The two countries have many similarities in terms of religion, culture, tradition and language. You might have noticed, since you are distinguished scholars and studied on South Asia, we have some words common between Nepali and Thai, which are derived from Pali Sanskrit. So whenever I heard the words from Sanskrit, I understand the meaning. So that is very unique between our two countries. Another important fact is that Thai government has built a very beautiful monastery in Lumbini, which is very good symbol of our friendship between our two countries. And another linkage is people-to-people contacts. Majority of Thai visitors to Nepal, they go to pay homage to the birthplace of Lord Gautama Buddha, that is Lumbini. So this shows how ancient, how traditional, how old our relationships are between our two countries. So this is the picture. Just I think you might have already visited, some of you, and those who have not been to this place. So first one is Lumbini, the birthplace of Gautama Buddha, and the second one is Kapilavastu, Tilaurapur. It is 35 km west of Lumbini, and it is the very ancient place. It is the hometown of Gautama Buddha, parental hometown. So this is another important, and it is temporarily in the UNESCO, temporarily listed in UNESCO World Heritage Site as well. But Lumbini itself is already in the World Heritage Site, but Kapilavastu, Tilaurapur is also in temporary World Heritage Site. That's why, so these two pictures I have reflected here in front of you. So we do have bilateral mechanism, which is very important and crucial in promoting, expanding, and furthering and strengthening our bilateral ties. That is joint commission at the permanent secretary and we say foreign secretary level between two foreign ministry of the two countries. It was established in 1986-84. So JC, which is short form of joint commission, is the only forum where the two countries could exchange views on entire aspects of our bilateral relations, including regional and global issues of common concerns, and explore areas of bilateral cooperation on mutual benefit. So last joint commission meeting was held just last year through video conference because of COVID. So this trend will continue because this is the forum where our two sides exchange views. So this is important forum in our bilateral relations. So I have highlighted three important agreements in three different areas. One is air service agreement, which connects which promotes air connectivity between our two countries. And another one is promoting official exchanges between our two countries, that is agreement on exemption of visa requirement for official and diplomatic passport holders. And the third one is agreement on avoidance of double taxation, which promotes the investment between our two countries. So all these three agreements are very important, very crucial in our bilateral relations. So let's go to areas of bilateral cooperation. Of course, there are many areas of bilateral cooperation, but the most prominent areas I have highlighted here in front of you, that is economic and technical cooperation, tourism and culture, civil aviation, trade, investment, and education and research. So I will try to summarize our bilateral relations on these areas, on this topic in next slides. Economic and technical cooperation. Of course, Thailand has been supporting to Nepal for many years, for many decades, in the field of human resources and capacity development under the Golden Plan and technical cooperation scheme among developing countries through TICA, which is a development cooperation agency of Thai government. So there are many Nepali government officials as well as students have been graduated under this scheme in the past and even now. And this is very important cooperation that we are receiving from Thai government. So we expect some other areas which is very equally important, that is, as you know, Thailand is very successful in modernizing its agriculture. And Nepal would like to benefit from Thailand by technology transfer in this field. Especially recently, TICA is the agency which is supporting us, is interested to support Nepal on tea and coffee production, processing and packaging, which is very good and very important export item of Nepal. And Thailand has good expertise on this product. So that's why we are discussing on this, how to get benefit from Thailand in these areas. So another important area is tourism and culture. It is very important in the sense that the people-to-people contacts is also an important component of tourism and culture. The number of tourists visiting Thailand is the number of Nepali nationals visiting, Nepali tourists visiting Thailand is much higher than Thai tourists visiting to Nepal. This is very interesting. Most of the tourists, those who visit Nepal, they go to Lumbini and have a lifetime experience because of its sacred place, place. Lumbini is not only the birthplace of Gautam Buddha but also fountain of Buddhism, which is a fact. Buddhism and Lumbini are inseparable. As you are a scholar, you might have known that once there is Buddhism, it always connects with Buddha and Lumbini. So we would like to request you to study in a joint or combined form, so that people will understand about Buddha, Buddhism and Lumbini. So in order to understand Buddha, it is important to understand Lumbini. Lumbini has growing attraction for pilgrims, scholars, researchers and those in pursuit of ultimate truth and salvation in recent time. There are growing interest from all over the world. Of course, Thailand is fully important and there is a growing interest on this birthplace of Lord Gautama Buddha. Government has accorded top priority for the development of Lumbini. So in the same line, government has recently has inaugurated in Lumbini a multi-purpose international meditation center with capacity of 5,000 people, which was inaugurated by our Right Honorable Prime Minister on 16 May this year, last month, just last month. So this shows that we have accorded high priority to development of Lumbini master plan. Another major event that has taken recently is our two Prime Minister of Nepal and India laid foundation stone for the construction of the India International Center for Buddhist Culture and Heritage at the Lumbini Monastery Zone on Buddha Purnima last month. Buddha Purnima is like Vesak Buddha Day. On 16th of May, it was laid foundation stone. So which is very important event. In recent year, young Thai people visit Nepal not only for Lumini, but for adventure tourism also, which is a very new trend. And also we have, our people love Thailand. They visit more. The number of Nepali, as I said earlier, Nepali tourists visiting Thailand is higher than Thai tourists visiting Nepal. Why? Because Thailand has beautiful coastal beaches and islands, and you have cultural heritage which fascinates our people. So that's why every year before COVID it was around 60,000 Nepali tourists visiting to Thailand. So over these 2 years there was no exchange of visitors because of COVID, which we all know. So we expect that this COVID will not hinder our people traveling to each other's country and have the experience of unique natural and cultural heritages. So we expect the revival of exchange of visitors by the end of this year. Similarly, there is another important component that we have to promote, that is cultural exchanges. Cultural exchanges is equally important to familiarize our people to each other's cultures. I have already mentioned earlier that there are many cultural similarities between our two countries. So, exchange of cultural troops or cultural performances are equally important in order to strengthen our this tourism and cultural relationship between our two countries. So another important area of cooperation between our two countries is civil aviation. It has a very long history. History doesn't mean that century, but many decades. We have a very long cooperation on this area, ASA, Air Service Agreement. Especially in the past, before COVID, Thai Airways, International, and our Nepali national carrier, Nepali Airlines, Thai Line, used to fly between two capitals almost daily, which was a very important means of connectivity. Now, Nepali Airlines has already started direct flight between our two capitals, and very soon Thai Smile is also operating direct flight between our two capitals. So air connectivity between the cities of the two countries is significant nationally for the promotion of cultural and adventure tourism, as well as enhancing people-to-people contacts. Government of Nepal welcomes Thai Airlines, which operate international flight, to operate direct flight to these cities of Nepal. So one thing I missed to mention that recently Nepal government has already operated international airport that is named as Gautam Buddha International Airport. Actually it was operated since 16 May from the day of Vaishak Utsav. So it has already been in commercial operation. So similarly, Nepal government has built another international airport in Pokhara, another touristic city of Nepal, and it is going to complete by the end of this year. So both two new airports have great potentiality of promoting cultural and cultural as well as adventure tourism between our two countries. So that's why we would like to welcome Thai Airlines, which operates international flight, to operate their flight to this new airport, also to link it so that people of both countries could benefit by traveling directly to each other's country, each other in the cities. So these two new projects, which one is already in operation and another one is going to operate very soon, will boost our bilateral tourism relations. So the first one is Gautam Buddha International Airport, left side. The right side is Pokhara International Airport. So the left side of airport is already in operation, and second one is almost finished. So we are expecting the operation by the end of this year. So another important component of our bilateral cooperation is trade. Of course, trade is important. We have bilateral, the volume is growing, but we have a huge trade deficit or trade imbalance with Thailand. Our import is much higher than our export. So that is the main reason of trade imbalance. So as LDC, Nepal receives CSP facility also from Thailand. We would like to enhance some exportable items to Thailand in order to minimize this trade imbalance. I have mentioned some major exportable items which we find that it has a good market in Thailand. But most importantly is market information, business exchanges, and participation in the fairs. So these are equally important in order to promote bilateral trade. So we are working on these promotional activities with the support of private sector. So another component of bilateral cooperation is investment. High investment in Nepal is minimal in comparison to its FDI outflows to another countries. So far, only 13 projects have been registered under Thai investment. Thai investors have many profitable areas in Nepal due to many reasons, including very friendly legal system and incentive provided by the Nepal government. Hospitality, manufacturing of many types, hops and herbal processing, aromatic oils and other medicinal products would be attractive products or business for Thai investment. So very important thing is Dusit International, very renowned hospitality group of Thailand, have some made investment in Nepal in hospitality sector. We welcome Thai investment in those sectors in coming days. So these are the major highlights of our relations on investment sector. So let's move to another sector that is very important and related to your field also, education and research. Thailand, our two countries have been cooperating for many. I have to mention their history of cooperation, their long history, but it doesn't mean that century, but decades. For many decades, we have been cooperating in the education sector. Thailand is one of the preferred destinations for Nepali students. For higher education, especially in technical field, that is engineering and medicines, there is a growing trend of Nepali students coming to Thailand in management field also. In recent times, there are many possibilities of collaboration for research and academic exchanges between the university of the two countries and their affiliated institutes. Of course, students exchange is one important activities. Besides that, there would be joint research, joint program between two two universities of the two countries. South Asian Study Center under the Institute of Asian Studies, which you are representing now, could collaborate with Nepali Institute or University for doing research on Buddhist sites of Nepal and publish their research in Thai language. I have mentioned here Buddhist sites because Nepal has many important Buddhist sites. Not only birthplace, I mentioned Tilavragod, the parental hometown of Lord Gautama Buddha. And besides that, there are other important Buddhist sites in Nepal that is called Rangram Stupa, that is around 50-55 km east of Lumbini, and another Devdaha. Rangram Stupa is, as you know, it is the only stupa which is believed to have inside the body relics of Lord Gautama Buddha. That's why it is very sacred and the Buddhist people visit this stupa. And another important site is Devdaha. Devdaha is Lord Buddha's mother, Maya Devi's parental hometown. That is also very sacred place for Buddhist people, and that is also in Nepal, very near to Lumbini. Besides that, in Kathmandu, if you have visited Kathmandu, you might have visited Bodhanath and Swayambhunath and Namo Buddha. All these sites are equally important for Buddhist people as well as those who follow Buddhism and who are interested to study Buddhism. So all these sacred places are equally important. Some are in southern part near Lumbini, some are in Kathmandu Valley. But importance are equally important. Of course, birthplace is more important. So I would like to emphasize here why, because you are a research person, you are a scholar, you might have interest on Buddhism. If you have interest, if not, you may encourage your colleagues, you may encourage your friends to study more details in depth on those Buddhist sites and highlight the significance, highlight the importance of those places and connect that with Thailand and publish it among Thai people so that they will be aware about our historical linkages. So I would like to request you also on behalf of the embassy and the representative of Nepal to study or go in-depth research or study on those important Buddhist sites of Nepal. So besides economic and other cooperations, we have very important component of bilateral relations, that is humanitarian assistance. Government of Nepal, the government and people of Thailand have always remained supportive to Nepali people during difficult times, be it in earthquake, floods, or pandemic. As you know, last year, 2 years ago, the prompt support with essential medical supply from the royal members as well as government and people of Thailand during COVID pandemic were highly appreciated. It was invaluable. You might have noticed it. We received such essential items which were directly utilized by our people, affected people by COVID pandemic. Besides, Thai government also supported repatriation of stranded Nepali nationals during the lockdown, which is very appreciated because our people were locked down because of COVID, but they were repatriated with the support of Thai government. So these are just highlights, very summary of our humanitarian support we received from Thailand and Thai people. So let's talk about in regional forum. So I just mentioned all about highlights on bilateral affairs. Now I would like to move to regional forum, that is Nepal and BIMSTEC. Nepal is a staunch supporter of regionalism. And since the joining of BIMSTEC, the regional body, in 2004, Nepal has been actively cooperating with other member states in realizing its objective. BIMSTEC is the only regional forum which connects civilization and peoples of South Asia and Southeast Asia. Nepal is committed to contributing constructively towards re-energizing the BIMSTEC process. Nepal hosted as member its 4th BIMSTEC summit in Kathmandu in August 2018 and many other its meetings. So recently, Nepal is the lead country in the people-to-people sector, whose sub-sectors are culture, tourism, and people-to-people contact forums. Nepal is committed to engaging with other member states and contributing towards building strong bonds at the people's level. Nepal calls for an early establishment and operationalization of the Buddhist circuit with Lumini. So this is very important component that the 4th BIMSTEC summit in Kathmandu it has been mentioned in the declaration. So recently, in the 5th, after the 5th BIMSTEC summit, Thailand has assumed the chair of BIMSTEC regional body for 2022 and 2023. So we congratulate Thailand for this chairmanship, and we are confident that under Thailand's chairmanship, BIMSTEC will continue to grow as a dynamic organization in further strengthening cooperation among member countries. So in summary, what I can reiterate here that the relation between our two countries are friendly, cordial, and cooperative, which have been underpinned by the growing people's level contacts. The two countries have many potential areas for bilateral cooperation, which need to further encourage private sector of both countries to tap the opportunity available in those sectors. Existing bilateral mechanism provides ample opportunities to exchange views, explore potential areas of cooperation, and implement the decision-taking potential value. Air connectivity of Hyderabad and Pokhara with Thai cities will open new avenues for the promotion of cultural and adventure tourism. And the establishment and promotion of Buddhist circuit with Lumini will further enhance cultural tourism and people-to-people connectivity in the region. I just mentioned these points as a summary of my presentation, which is very short, but since you are a scholar and you have very in-depth knowledge of South Asia, you know more than me. But I just dare to share these words in front of you because you have invited me. So I shared these things with these words. I would like to thank you very much for your attention, and I will be happy to entertain you if you have any queries on my presentation. With these words, I would like to thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency, for enlightening and very comprehensive presentation. You have covered on different facets of political and cultural relations. You've also highlighted vital and major agreements between the two countries, as well as Nepal's role in BIMSTEC and potential areas of collaboration between Nepal and Thailand. Excellency, now we'd like to open the floor for discussion. We'd like to request all our participants to raise their questions to Excellency. Let me start with some that I have received during the session, maybe one, and then I request my friends to raise their questions. like you mentioned about King Rama ninth book, the story of Mahajanaka, which talked about the ancient relation between Nepal and Thailand. I come from Janakpur, the kingdom of Mahajanaka. Similarly, Lumbini is the birthplace of Buddha, which is very important place to visit for Thai Buddhists. How can Nepal and Thailand work together for promoting Buddhist circuit and Ramayana circuit at a bilateral level or through BIMSTEC at regional level?
Thank you, Dr. Pramod Biswal, for this question. Actually, this is very important questions, and this has been actually this should be the focus and attention of our bilateral two countries, and it is already in our focus because I just mentioned on my presentation that the operation of new airport from Lumbini, Gautam Buddha International Airport, is one of the milestone in promoting one important step of promoting this Buddhist and the Ramayana circuit. Because before there was no direct connectivity, air connectivity. The visitors had to go either from Kathmandu, which was not very easy. But now Nepal government has built a new international airport. So this is one step. Of course, our two countries are very aware, and we are doing and we are working on it. And in regional forum also this has been already mentioned. And in coming days we are working on that line. And of course, it is a very important fact that it is a concerted effort of all sectors, and Nepal government is ready to cooperate and ready to work to promote these important circuits, and that's why it has been reflected in the BIMSTEC declaration document. So air connectivity, people-to-people contacts, and cultural exchanges are the main component to enhance and to promote these circuits. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any of us would like to ask any questions?
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you very much for your presentation and very good information and content also. And so very good. And I need to ask you some questions about the similar term of the culture, language, and just tradition about the Nepali people and Thai people. What is the similarities about some language or any point?
Thank you very much. Actually, similarity in culture means the thing is actually I mentioned there that Buddhism, teaching of Gautam Buddha and the philosophy of Buddhism, the main essence of Buddhism and teaching of Gautam Buddha has already inspired our life, the people of our two countries, I think, if not mostly, yeah. So this is inbuilt, it is in our mindset. So that makes connected. Another is I mentioned that Pali and Sanskrit is the language which those words which are derived from them have the same meaning, similar meaning, no changes. What you interpret that words also is the same in Nepali. We also use Sanskrit in our language. So that is the thing. And another tradition means you have also society, you have also family system, we have also family system, you have also in the family you respect family members, especially the parents, grandparents, we have also same system. So this shows we have similarity in that way also. So that's why you see we need more research. And for that we need your support. You have to study what are more similar. I just highlighted just headlines. These are just headline topics. But if you go in details, then you will find more. You will find more. That's why it is important to have in-depth research on our similarities of culture, similarity of language, similarity of tradition, whatever it is. So that's why we request you to do more research. There are so many things which will uncover and which will be interesting for Thai friends, Thai people. And if it is in English or Nepali, it will be interesting for Nepali people also. So both people will benefit from that research, from your finding, from your publication.
Because just like Nepali language,
Yeah.
like, because I was in India and I meet some word just like Jori in Malayalam language.
Very simple, you see.
Yeah.
The place where we land
Yes.
in Thailand is Suvarna. Yeah? Suvarna is a Sanskrit word, I think.
Yes.
And meaning is same. Suvarna, Bhumi, Suvarna means gold, Bhumi means land. It is Sanskrit word. There are so many words. Kritika, Suchitra, Surya, Vishnu, Kundishnu, the Deputy Prime Minister of India. Do you know? There are so many words which have a similarity because of Sanskrit also. So you have to do more research.
Any other questions? In the meantime, let me come with one more question. Since you mentioned that Thailand has modern technology for agriculture and it's backbone of Nepal's economy as well, because majority of the Nepali are engaged in agriculture. Are there any engagement between the two countries where Nepal can benefit? Is Nepal willing to explore areas of cooperation in the agriculture sector? And maybe we'll take one more questions because we're running out of time.
อาจารย์เมื่อกี้จะมาภาษาอังกฤษเดี๋ยวน้องจะถามภาษา
คือทางไทยเราไปเที่ยวเชิงจิตวิญญาณที่ประเทศเนปาลและในทางกลับกัน มันมีมุมมองเกี่ยวกับทางจิตวิญญาณทางพุทธศาสนาจากไทยไปสู่เนปาลไหมหรือมีเรื่องเล่าในด้านความเชื่อในป่านั้นไหม
อย่างนี้กันอย่างนี้เราให้แปลเสร็จแล้วผมพูดเป็นไทยเนาะคือมองค่ะนี่นักเคมีวิทยาศาสตร์ตรงๆเลยอันนี้ครั้งแรกที่มาใช่ไหม Yeah. So sorry, I would like to try it for clear. So ที่นี่คือพี่มองว่าเราน่าจะมีความร่วมมือเนาะของจุฬาของท่านเพราะมีโครงการของคุณยุเองนะคะเขาให้ทำลักษณะนี้คือเป็น culture เป็น tourism หลายๆประเทศมาจอยกันนะคะของ UN Fund นะคะมีทุกปีเลยซึ่งลักษณะที่ท่านพูดหมายถึงว่าเรามีความเชื่อด้าน culture tradition อย่างที่เนี่ยชื่อสุวรรณมาจากสันสกฤตค่ะใช่สุวรรณคือสันสกฤตคือในเกิดอย่างเงี้ยค่ะเราสามารถที่มาจอยหารากฐานหารากของมันนะคะเราทำเป็นโปรเจกต์ลักษณะที่ท่านมีส่วนร่วมไทยจุฬาอะไรอย่างเงี้ยหลายๆมหาลัยอย่างมหาลัยที่ราชมงคลเจ้าพระยาการสุวรรณญาสามารถคอนแทคได้อย่างเงี้ยค่ะที่ว่ามันจะเป็นอะไรที่มันอลังการมากเลยค่ะ I talk about the UN one like the leader for all the country in Asia doing in the cultural tradition something like that you know เข้าใจไหมคะที่เจี๊ยบอธิบาย
น้องต้องการถามว่าการเที่ยวแบบจิตวิญญาณ
จิตวิญญาณเพื่ออะไร
เราไปที่เนปาล
แล้วพวกเราไปองค์ของคนเขามองว่าไทย
ที่ศีรษะอย่างนี้เหรอพุทธศาสนา
She would like to know about when for example we from Thailand to take a trip in Nepal about spiritual Buddhism. Get my point?
สู้
Buddhism,
Yeah.
but about the spiritual.
in
And in your own, in your idea, in your thought, do you have something like that?
Spiritual, I mean, we use spiritual.
spirit of the soul, spirit of the soul. ใช่ไหมครับ
So you mean spiritual healing?
Let me help. So actually she asked that because Thai people, most of the people who visit Nepal, so they will travel and related to spirit and Buddhism tourism. So in reverse, about Nepalese people who come and visit Thailand, do they have any linkage or any the same idea that want to visit Thailand?
Yeah, you are right. Yeah, actually, I forgot to mention it. I mentioned about what are the fascinating aspects of Thailand. I forgot to mention that our people also know that Thailand is Buddhist country. So that is very important. Yeah? And that is
ไม่ได้ความเชื่อที่เกี่ยวกับศาสนา
yes. So that connects to the spiritual feeling. That connects the what you call the perception. Yeah.
Perception.
Yeah. So this connects. People know. Our people know Thailand is Buddhist country.
มันเป็น spiritual perception.
So that also make connecting, yeah, between our two countries, spiritually also. So that's why you see the government has built new meditation center recently inaugurated. That is the main objective is to enhance the researcher, meditator, those who are interested can visit and do research and to have a meditation, spiritual relieving, healing. So from all aspects. So one can get one side, one spot. So that is why it is multi-purpose meditation center. So that's why you see we want to promote. It has been promoted. Lumini as a meditation center, as a spiritual study or feeling or whatever it is. So these all are combined and it makes the place meaning sacred from all aspects.
May I continue with the previous question? Because me and Dr. Varaphon, so we were meeting in the project, a research project related to creative tourism that need the traveler or tourist to engage with the local people. So as you talk about like India and Nepal, we are connected and linked with the roots of cultures, religions, but for the young generations, maybe because of the number of young generation or young tourists from Thailand to Nepal, it's maybe in very low, if I can say. So in your country, do you have any campaigns, tourist campaign related to a part of religious places or any specific communities or tribes or any campaign that young generation or who may be not interested in religious tourism to visit?
Yeah, thank you very much. This is a very good question. I think if you have noticed in my presentation, I have mentioned one word, adventure tourism. If you have noticed it, it covers all activities besides religious or cultural tourism. So adventure tourism means Nepal is popular for adventure tourism, for mountaineering, trekking, hiking, jungle safari, whitewater river rafting, bungee jumping, zip line experience. So all these are parts of adventure tourism, activities of adventure tourism. That's why I mentioned that young people prefer going to Nepal for adventure tourism to have experience on these activities. So I think I try to make clear to you or not, I don't know, but adventure tourism means all activities related to nature, with geography, with the natural gift, whatever it is in the nature, that all relates. So we have plenty of activities on adventure tourism. Climbing Mount Everest or Himalaya, any other peaks. We have more than in the world there are 14 mountains above 8,000 meters, and 8 are in Nepal. 8 are located in Nepal. So Nepal is popular, that's why for mountain climbing. Every year thousands of people climb in different mountains. And we have jungle safari. Have you heard about the jungle safari in Nepal, which is very close to Chitwan and Lumini, that is called Chitwan, and it is in World Heritage List, UNESCO World Heritage. And it is the national park where you can see live rhino moving here and there, moving, just roaming. You could see riding on the elephant, you can see the live rhino. So we have such a unique jungle safari experience. So we are highlighting that, of course. And also we have water rafting. We have very high current water river, and in that river you will have unique experience of white water rafting. This is unique because of our topography. We have very good rivers which provides services or which gives the experience for the visitors, very unique experience of water rafting. So all these activities, jungle safari, trekking. Have you ever heard Annapurna Base Camp or Everest Base Camp? These are popular route for trekking. Of course, Annapurna Everest Base Camp is popular for climbing Mount Everest, Sagarmatha. Yeah. But besides that, it is popular for trekking also. A very world famous trekking route. Annapurna Base Camp, ABC. Everest Base Camp. That another. So there are many other destinations or sites where you will find adventure tourism experience. So all these places are equally attractive for young people, not only from here, all over the world.
I have one quick question to follow up on the tourism list. One thing that I found in common between in state is on tea plantation.
Tea plantation.
Yeah, that's tea plantation that can link from Sri Lanka, north of India, and Nepal, and also north of Thailand as well. So, what do you think about the development of the tea route experience link between Green State and how is there any opportunity to develop on tea plantation experience in Nepal?
Tea package. Oh.
Tea plantation.
Plantation.
Like visit
Plantation. Okay, plantation.
Tea plantation.
Linkage. I'm not expert on that, how to connect it. But what I can say to you that Nepali tea plants are young plant in comparison to other countries' plant, and our plants are young, and it has a good flavor because of young, and it has a good. People say, tea lovers say that our tea are one of the best tea in the world. That's why our tea has market in Europe, in America, in Japan, in China, even in neighboring country, India, so everywhere. So it has a good market, and production is also very large. So we are exporting, and we want to more modernize it and more cultivate and produce tea. And another important component is coffee. Actually, coffee is, we have very young plants, and coffee has also great potentiality to produce in Nepal because of topography. If you have in that line, then you might have known that coffee is grown to certain level of high altitude. Yeah? It is not in lowland product. So we have plenty of highland area where coffee can be grown. So both items are very good and good great potentiality of producing Nepal. But tea has already large quantity of tea we produce, but coffee we are growing. Every year we are growing more and more, but it has not been to the level of our capacity. That's why we want to modernize, we want to get some technology transfer on these areas so that we can grow more. So coffee is also equally important and growing market. Even in Nepal, coffee has good market. Young people, they prefer having coffee. But tea we have very much and surplus. So that's why we export in many countries. So about the linkage, I could not say right now. The main difference is our plants are low and it has a good flavor according to tea export, tea lover.
So can Nepal develop the tea plantation in that area to be like a tourist destination for the tourists to visit the plants and enjoy tea, learn about tea, brew tea?
Yes, of course. The eastern part of Nepal is very popular destination for tea producing, tea plantation, and very lovely. As you said, that the tea gardens are very lovely to visit, and it has very unique scene, natural scene, greenery. Yeah? From all aspects, it looks very beautiful. So we have such a plenty of land covered by tea plantation, tea plants, and but coffee is mainly produced in western part of Nepal, that is Gulmi area, Gulmi district. So both plants have a different sites for production. But the thing is, we have good package, but we want to modernize it more, yeah. So that is why, especially the plantation and processing is important. Packaging is a little bit art also. It has some linkage with art, but plantation and processing needs technology. So that's why we focus on, and we are discussing, and we are having good response from Thai government here. Thank you.
Should we take one more question?
One question, maybe I would like to approach to the political issue a little bit from the economic and tourism perspective. So as we know that Nepal is between the superpower bloc in the region, China and India as well. So how Nepal keep balance of power? As you say that Japan is very strong support for regional cooperation. Is this like the film snake? Is it the way out for Nepal to make Nepal more stronger protection like that? So it means that how Nepal could be stand for.
Thank you very much. Actually, yeah, of course, we are in between China and India.
Yes. You have maybe the lesson.
No, it's okay. It's okay, no problem. Yeah. The thing is, we have excellent relationships with both countries, with both our neighbors. From our history, we have very good relationship. We have a balanced relationship, and the balance. Yeah. So we have a very excellent relationship with both countries, and we have been maintaining balanced relationship with both countries. And regional forum is another forum, and there are two regional forums in South Asia, and one is BIMSTEC, another is SAARC. So we are member of both regional organizations. So the thing is, you said how, I said that we have excellent relation and we have been maintaining balanced relations. So balance is very important. And we have always excellent relation, not only one time, but all the time throughout our history.
So, shall we end it here?
Shall we?
Yes. The last question was.
Actually, I travel in Thailand, and I meet just like Bengali community in Thailand, in the north part of Thailand, Chiang Mai, or the Tamil people in Thailand that like and travel me, or in my university, and maybe part-time also the community. Actually, I would like to know about the Nepali community in Thailand or some Nepali village there in Thailand as well. Do you have any information from it?
We do have some Nepali community
Yes.
here, and here I think from Myanmar also, from Myanmar also, basically from Myanmar, and that community is very large. That community is very large, and they are basically concentrated in Bangkok and Phuket and in Pattaya, and some in Chiang Mai. We have community. That community we estimate around 60,000 to 70,000. This is just estimate, not the real figure. But that is from Nepali origin, not Nepali passport holder, but the Nepali origin.
So the Thai people with Nepali origin.
Sorry?
Thai people with Nepali origin.
Yeah, some Thai and some Myanmar, it depends on individual, but that community is very big.
Sulamanya, do you have any questions?
No.
So here we come to the end of the discussion. Since you have touched upon, you have said one very interesting proposition that Center of Southeastern Studies Center of Chulalongkorn University and maybe some institutes or some universities of Nepal can collaborate to produce Buddhist sites of Nepal in Thailand. I think similarly, maybe Nepal Embassy and the Southeastern Studies Center can also produce a handbook on investment on Nepal in Thailand, so that we can attract more Thai investors in Nepal. So maybe we can explore those things in the days to come. Here we come to the end of the program. May I now invite Director of Southeastern Studies, Dr. Jirayud Sindhufan, to present token of love to our guest, His Excellency Ganesh Prasad Dhakal, Nepali Embassy.